Hello darlings. So I've made a video yesterday and my daughter's husband has left. He left to protect his family and he's left to the other side 2 days ago. So I've just made a video which intertwines very much everything going on now. Mercury on Spica, Venus in Libra, and I go into this personal whining of how we observe the bigger picture and our own lives. There is a connection because the real show playing out is when we are aware of these archetypes and how in our personal lives we live this Greek tragedy. And when we can really see it with those eyes and keep the center stage and not get over emotional, but to feel the depths of that pain with a level head. So Chloe's husband's brother did the same last year in lockdown in Australia. This is, Chloe's husband was a practicing doctor right up until the end. And this video is about how we're being pushed we've just flipped from love to hate. And it's why this process is necessary, because the broken hearts, the choices to leave this world, which I think that more and more of us will maybe take this choice. It's always something I've, considered I would never do. But I'm now seeing just the level of bravery that some people actually come to Earth, and this is part of their plan to trigger and to put into motion to keep those pendulums. Uranus, he was living a Uranus opposition since the death of his brother. It was exact, and now Uranus is going retrograde over his Chiron, the key. You see the key here. I've stopped the video I've made at that image. So, this is that you've got to get past the Hierophant. This is the Arc de Triomphe, which is now an elephant barber with no head nor trunk. And this is why they're cutting all the trees down where I live so violently. And I talk about it in the video, as I have been in the past. So this video is to let you know that I have a video, and if you would like to see it, it's through donation. And when you donate, you send me an email and I will send you the link to the video. So it's for family, and it's for people who follow my work and really understand from the astrological level how everything is intertwined. So my son-in-law was called Maat, and very much Maat, the personification of truth, justice, and the cosmic order, is Maat. And he and his brother are holding hands from Australia to New Zealand, protecting VirgO New Zealand in this dark flip. As France, we go into fall, and they're lifting off the restrictions. Children are taking masks off at school. And New Zealand, where they are going into spring, they are giving them the lockdown. So they're flipping that Madonna Pisces, Black Madonna. It's all about the equinoxes, the solstices. This is all about premeditating and bringing up Taurus, the Me Too Eris that rides Europa, Helen of Troy, and taking, taking the place of New Zealand and, sacrificing them. That's what this Spica star is. This Spica star is injustice to innocence. VirgO is the Cinderella, forlorn, undefended one. And there are the two sides. Many people are reaping what they've sown now. This is what Spica's all about. We're stepping into our roles, into our places. We see that it's just, we see through what's going on. We know how to stay centered. And that bullseye, that centered position, that 13th place is the middle of the wheel. That 5-petaled flower opens and shuts, and we have that ability to get through the Medusa, through the Arc de Triomphe. You see, they're lifting off the artwork, that metal structure. They covered it in, and like the Medusa, they covered the eye, and they're lifting it on the 3rd of October. And I think that the Mad Hatter of Alice in Wonderland, on his hat is written 10-6. We're looking at the Black Moon conjunction on Spica. And it could be the 10th, 9th as well. We've got a big conjunction of Mars, the Sun, and a completely blinded by the sun. So that film, Pink Floyd, more, it's about being blinded by the sun. This is, and so I read posts, I intertwine the story of Matt and Jeremy protecting their grandchildren, their families, and the immense heartache, because Chloe and Matt, they really followed their hearts. They were not at all destined. Matt was brought up in a family of lawyers. He was a doctor. His parents ran a school, a very humble, good, hardworking, incredibly loving family that are being rocked to the pits of pain, as all of us and my grandchildren, and I can't get there. And the daughter is in England, and we're all trapped on these islands, and so we're going to be going through this flip to the hates, and it's about our ability to bring out the love. And I know that Chloe, at the moment it's big lockdown, yet all her neighbours and everybody joined and made a fire and sung songs and really brought out the repressed energy that Matt had been taken from him in the experiences I explain in the video. That creative joy and gypsy, nomad, shaman that he was. He is, he was a doctor, too afraid to merge the head of his snake. At the moment, the head of the snake was in Taurus, and he had the head of his snake in VirgO. So to become that holistic healer that he was also able to become was that was, that's the energy of that for all of us, wherever our north nodes are. We have to merge our tail and head of our snake, Milky Way, at this time. But I believe that his choice is because of the pendulum swings and the roles that we're playing to trigger each other through these losses and shocks and necessary journey. We're being pushed through the eye of the needle. So I'm going to write in beneath, you can either PayPal on my alchemy accordance. So I think that there should be, and I'm not sure how I'm going to do it completely yet, if I'm going to put a price or open donation. And then I will also put bank details. I've just opened in France a bank that has just 50 euros on it. So it could be the account for Chloe and Matt. That's what I think I'm going to do. All the money that goes onto that account, it will be just the money that I get for this video, and that will be to help Chloe and her children. She has to continue the rent. That Matt's family has been helping them very much because he was working as a doctor again on a reduced amount. Chloe was doing her hypnosis classes. She's learning to be a hypnosis, and she was about to go and get to do a yoga course that we were giving her as a gift to become a teacher. She's got to a very high level on her own, and we were just sending the money, my husband and I, for her 30th birthday to do this 1 month yoga retreat, and that had all been part of this, you know, leaving. Matt was going out as a doctor, but he could hardly he when he wasn't working, he was just in bed. And Chloe was running the house and keeping the joy in lockdown with the children. And she's been so strong, and she's so spiritual. She's having her Saturn return. And I actually saw all this happening. And I've got my lovely homeopath, Elizabeth, who works with me, who I had been preparing. I knew Chloe needed preparation to get through this. So I hope that Chloe will now accept some help. And I love you all very much. And please send your protection for all the people of New Zealand and my family. And I love you all very much. Stay safe, stay centered. Bye, darlings.